Okay, okay. This has come across my feed one too many times, and I can't let this go. I cannot let this go anymore. It must be talked about. But before we go over any of that, just in case you've been under a rock for the past decade, we're gonna go over what these two respective universes have going on. All right. First up, we have One Piece. Okay, One Piece is a realm about pirates. They do pirate things, stealing, pillaging, criminal stuff.
I'm here to kick your ass!
You have two major power types. You have the devil's food. I mean, the devil fruit. You have devil fruits, right? And you eat these things, you get various powers such as earthquake making. You can turn into fire, etc., etc. However, these things make you get cursed by the sea gods, and you cannot swim. Like, at all. If you're in any water that you can't stand up in, you're basically done. That's it. Game over. Sometimes. Usually. Next up is Haki. Haki being a spiritual power fueled by willpower. You basically can increase your body's physical capabilities. You can overwhelm people's will to do anything. And you can even predict the future depending on how you develop this skill. Something that's similar to like Aura in non-specific anime. I don't want to equate it to like Ki or like Nin or anything because that wouldn't be exactly accurate. But you get it. Whatever, you get it. Naruto, a show about a boy who chases another boy, and somehow these boys end up being the key to like continue life, I guess, sort of. Anyway, they're ninja. They do ninja stuff. They throw kunai, throwing stars. They know martial arts. They can even do the cliche, make a clone of yourself out of like literal dust. And they can also generate like willpower into glowing orbs that like disintegrate people and mind control, all types of crazy junk. And these crazy abilities are called jutsu. And they vary. They're separated by like elements and other special criteria. It's actually pretty detailed. The power they use in this verse is called chakra. It's moderately similar to Nin. It's very similar to Ki in use and in concept. Okay, our bases are finally covered. Now we can move on to why this even exists in the first place. This question, this stupid question. Let's talk about Ino for a little bit. She has a couple feats. She is, I would say, an above average Kunoichi, like compared to like named characters versus like unnamed characters. Like she's a named character, if that means anything. Like if you can see the scale here. Beyond that, she doesn't really excel much. Like we're using like from Shippuden, not the original series. And at this point in time, like by the end of Shippuden, she basically doesn't do anything. Like she match blows with Sakura in the original, and then in Shippuden she stalls Ginkaku for a little bit, keeps him from killing Shikamaru. She also took over Obito's body for a little bit, and the way she does this for you new people here, it's the mind transfer jutsu, or the mind body switching technique. You use it to basically so that you take over your opponent's body and you can make them do whatever. It can be broken free with a significant amount of willpower. With that understood, these are pretty good feats here. The last two at least, albeit them temporary. Like, her holding these people down is like the equivalent of Naruto physically holding these people down. Alright, let me see. Fought Sakura to a draw. You got Genkaku, you got Obito. Yeah, that's it. That's Ino's greatest hits. And it's not like I'm saying this as like a bash to Ino. She's actually my favorite Kunoichi out of, the Konoha 11. But unfortunately, the Konoha 11 didn't really get many buffs after the original. And Shippuden, everyone's basically stalemated. Like, they're stagnant. They didn't do anything. They were just there. and it's pretty sad, but that's just the way it goes. Unlike our first contender, Luffy has a lot going for himself. But first, we're gonna make sure we're being super duper accurate here. I wanted you to take a good look at what he's wearing in this picture. That is when he comes back from the 2-year time skip. It's important to know at this point, he already knows Haki. He's been trained in all 3 types, at least in the base format. He doesn't get any stronger from this point all the way up until like Whole Cake. Everything he does between Sabaody and Whole Cake is things that he could do from like this very point in his return. So that's all included as far as feats. But we're only going to talk about what's relevant to this fight. This may be headcanon, but hear me out, alright? Just hear me out. Luffy at Sabaody beats Kobe, right? Like Kobe would lose to that Luffy. We agree to that. Cool. Ino tied with Sakura, right? Like in like the tuning exams, like that was like a thing. Right? What does that have to do with anything? Fair question. Sakura in Shippuden is league stronger than Ino in Shippuden. I do not believe Shippuden Sakura could beat post-time skip Kobe. Right? Like I like it's up for debate. And I feel like the fact that it's up for debate means that Sakura cannot beat Luffy and Ino cannot beat Luffy in terms of physical prowess. You understand? Like again, like this may be headcanon, but it's also fact. It's also fact. Assuming Ito's mind transfer jutsu is better than this guy's hypnotism, which I feel like is fair. I feel like it's fair to say she's probably better than him. Luffy would just use his haki to escape. He would use his willpower, right? Because that's what haki is, basically. Like, he would use his willpower to not let that happen. Like, assuming, like, her jutsu is, like, on a devil fruit level, right? Strong haki beats devil fruit. Like, that's a One Piece fact. So, ultimately, in this fight of Luffy versus Ino, not only does, like, Ino lose, she doesn't even get a single hit in. All right, bye, guys.